Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1v1 AirMech Ultimate Badass Tournament, brought to you by OPTVLive. I am Steve, and I will be casting this game for you. We are on Game A. That is right, folks, the tournament is just starting, so if you are just tuning in, you have not missed anything yet. We are featuring on the left-hand side, in that carbon color, flying around in the Mecha Warthog, it is the one, the only D0K. His opponent for this match on the right-hand side, flying around in that Raven Neo, is going to be the man that won, aka Ash Carroll. Folks, this is the badass tournament. The idea behind this tournament is not just necessarily to win, but to win with style, not just using a standard meta approach, but coming up with strange, unique, different kinds of strategies that is just so OP that not only do you win, but it just is impressive for everybody. Taking a look right off the bat, we can see tons of things that are not meta and unique. Take note of it, folks, because you, the viewers, will be deciding the entire fate of this tournament tonight. You will be casting your votes. You will be given the scores. You are the judges tonight, folks. This is Dancing with the Stars, and you are the judges. That is right. American Idol, Dancing with the Stars, whatever it is you want to call it. So taking a quick note, folks, looking at D0K, he only brought 4 units with him. All of them very unique, very different, definitely taking the approach of this tournament to the extreme, folks. He brought a turtle, a fixer, jokers, not jackals, but jokers, folks, the weaker of the two, and then busters. Meanwhile, the man that won, who will otherwise be known as Carroll for the rest of this tournament, brought tons of unique, different stuff as well. We are looking at zippers, boomers, arties, bombs, and moneymakers. So both these players going completely out of the meta, playing completely unique. It is also worth noting that we will be doing it in a way that the lower seed will have map choice, just to make it a little bit more simple. It was Carroll that was given the map choice here. Went for Dust. Dust, very small, very linear map. Can make it hard that once your opponent starts snowballing, it can be really, really hard to try to come back from that. And right now, D0K is snowballing a little bit. He's got some good footholds. 4 of the outposts are now under his control. He's got this one left. Carroll trying to use that auto deploy just to get the units out as quickly as she can, bringing them out. Boomers, soldiers, neutralizing out. She doesn't want to lose that territory. Meanwhile, D0K trying to clear out the bottom path. Going pretty well for him there. I just love the fact we've got lots and lots of zippers all over the place. Sadly, though, those zippers are just not going to be strong enough against those jokers. And we now have turtles being deployed. How often do we see turtles in a tournament? This is awesome, folks. That's badass right there. Turtles coming out. And even more interesting is we even do have a player in this tournament called I'm the Turtle. So we're going to have to see how that works out as well. Carroll trying to use that cloak, trying to find a potential opportunity, just unfortunately could not find it. Those boomers keep coming in. D0K, even with that massive Warthog cannon, which just chews down infantry and light units so fast. Some of those boomers still getting opportunities to go off. Now, if you're not familiar with turtles, when turtles are deployed out and walking like you see them right now, they do take a lot of... D0K with the first kill, first blood of the game, going to D0K. Letting him push his turtles out even further. So anyway, as I was saying, folks, when the turtles are out like this and they're walking, they do take normal amounts of damage. However, as you can see with those creeps that were just passing by, when they start to take damage, they collapse in on themselves, and then they take significantly less damage. Their armor rating goes up tremendously, and it makes it much, much harder for them to actually take damage. However, turtles have no offensive capabilities at all. Turtles are 100% a damage sponge and defensive unit only. So you definitely need to still make sure that you're using proper offensive units at the same time. Otherwise, there's not much of anything that they can do. And right now, Doc is trying to do that. He's got a few busters out. He's partially just using those turtles for shields himself. Doc's still just pushing through with this cannon. Carol using tons and tons of those boomers. She's done a pretty good job of eliminating out a lot of the turtles that have been coming out. Doc has not been able to catch enough of those turtles on his own. Catch enough of those boomers on his own to actually stop those turtles from being destroyed. But even so, even with the loss of the turtles, he's still just continuing to gain ground. And sadly, just looking at Carol's loadout, there's not much that she has to try to come back from this. She's got bombs, zippers, boomers, and arties, and that's it. All really badass kind of units for the loadout. Needs to be careful. One more shot will take down Carol. Carol needs to be careful. Trapped by those busters. Right as the outpost is neutralized, she goes down. But at least it neutralizes out the outpost, resetting the domination countdown. For those of you that maybe are new to AirMech and you're not familiar, once an enemy controls every single outpost on the map, a domination countdown clock starts, which you can see the counter right there on the screen. Once that countdown timer is up, your fortress starts taking about 10% damage every 10 seconds. So it can be very, very quickly end the game for you. Right now, Carol in a bad position. The turtles kind of keeping most of those busters out of there, giving Carol at least some opportunities to try to stop these busters. Finally, the busters moving up just a little bit more. The turtle kind of pushing it forward. But in the end, it really is nothing more than Doc himself with his Warthog cannon, trying to do all the damage. Carol, meanwhile, on the other hand, trying to find a way to neutralize one outpost to stop this domination damage from happening. It is costing her a lot of her base. As you can see, that base just keeps jumping down 10% every 10 seconds. All the creeps are here now. We've got pictures, busters, creeps, and the busters, most of those busters are not in range. Carol trying to do what she can, trying to bomb it away. Unfortunately, a lot of the bombs are slightly off target and are missing what they need to hit. The domination damage alone is getting to be just a little bit too much. She's trying to just do something. That boomer, fantastic explosion, wipes out all the creeps in one shot, but sadly just too much damage is being done. There's not much ways that Carol can get out of this. And ladies and gentlemen, it will be Doc that will secure the win for this game. There's your final scoreboard, folks. 1 kill for Doc, no deaths at all. Carol, no kills, 2 deaths only. 63 units, 74 taken down for Doc, 19 for Carol, 128 built. But folks, as we said, this is all about you. We will now be opening up the polls. We will be voting on the winner first, who is Doc. You will cast your vote from a scale of 1 to 5 as to how many points Doc earned, how much of a badass he was in that game. When the poll closes, we take that number, and then we will reopen the polls for you guys to cast your votes for Carol, who is the man that won in the game. For you to, again, cast your votes as to how much of a badass Carol was in that game. That will be their score for this round. And we will get ready for Game B. So don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching OPTV Live. I am Steve. Make sure to hit that follow button. Like, subscribe to us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And stay OP, folks. We'll be right back with Game B.